Awesome, awesome. And also you are using the different routing tools for the races, for this kind of races also, no? So you can use the QTBLM or any other router to using, this DFS 0.25 degrees resolution in your own routing tools, no? Is that correct?
That is. So I use a variety of routing tools. So I use QTBLM. Are we still sharing screen here?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, okay. So here's my QTBLM. This is the Timber Coast race from Colombia to the Azores. I have not played this one very well. So I can load any grid I want into this. I actually have a pretty sophisticated methodology where I load different grids into different grid slots, so that I'm using the European model, the ECMWF model, for my medium to long range forecasting, and I'm using whatever grid the game is using for the shorter term, with the idea being that ECMWF is a much better, long range forecast tool.
I see.
Although it has not worked to my advantage in this race. But we'll see. We've still got, what do we got left? And we've still got 6 days left, so I've got a chance here.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
For quick and dirty, one of the things with with QTBLM, it runs, on your own locally on your computer. It takes, if you're doing a long route, it takes quite some time to do. And obviously that I don't have that option if I'm not home. So if, a weather update drops and I'm at work or I'm on the road, I don't have that option. So I use the embedded router. Let me just run one real quick. So here's the same race, and you can see this green line. All I did here is I just clicked plugins. I've already got I've already got my destination in the Azores set, and I hit calculate route, and it's much quicker. And it's just going to produce a green line to follow. Now, it doesn't give you any information about what your wind angles at various points are going to be. So, there are guys who use this as their primary router. There are guys who just basically click waypoints along that green line, which, it gives the opportunity for somebody who is not particularly skilled at routing to kind of participate in the game and kind of stay in it.
Yeah.
You're not going to win a race that way. No.
I see.
But it's very useful to me. I use it every day in just about every race whenever I'm not home, because it gives me a very quick and dirty, if there is a substantial change in the weather update, that identifies it very quickly for me. Okay, like right now we've got 4 races going on, and it's always, the weather updates and all of them all at the same time.
Yeah.
So which one do I focus on first? I mean, it takes me about an hour to kind of really do my routing and analysis on 4 races. So I've got to decide which one am I going to do first, and which one is kind of going to be done last. So, that identifies, hey, this race, there's kind of a substantial change in the forecast because that's not the route you were looking at earlier. Okay, let's fire up the big tools and, kind of focus on that one, do my analysis, figure out how I want to attack this. Okay, now let's look at the other races.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool because as you may know, we have the NEMEA feed, the NEMEA service that could be the NEMEA service that could put the feed into your routing tools, and you can use whatever routing tool you have, And it's good to see that using these routing tools, you can improve your strategy and maybe find out any other options in the strategy. And it's good to see that it's useful for you, Yeah.
Yeah. So here's a related one. This is BitSailor. This is the full feature. Mm-hmm. So this is through the browser. It's separate from the game. window, but you just put your NMEA port in up here, and it loads your position out of the game automatically. You're not having to enter latitude and longitude. It, sucks in all of the grids. The guy who created this hardtack does a great job of kind of putting in the grids the same way that they migrate in the game. And it's, once again, pick your destination, push a button. But it gives you a lot of other tools, like you can pick a forward location, like, okay, we've got a mark rounding coming up, so I want to start my routing from the next mark to the following mark at a forward time in the future. So you can kind of plan ahead a little bit. And here, if I just click on, so you can see the main route. This race, you can't see Australia here because it's covered up by the isochrones, but there's Australia right there. And so we're going from Christmas Island over here to Easter Island, and we started this on Christmas Day. Who would have thought, right? And so the big question is, do you go north of Australia, kind of the rum line, what looks like a straight line on the map, or do you dive down into the Southern Ocean? Now the extra challenge here is, well, we can only get about 16 days of weather data in a grid forecast.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to take 3 times that long to finish this race. So you kind of have to make your decision whether you're going above Australia or below Australia. And you had to make that right at the start. So, I mean, going south is a clear winner. You don't really need the routing tools to know that, although about 3/4 of the fleet appears to be going for the northern route. But I think they're all members of the Flat Earth Society or something.
Okay, cool, Bubil. So thank you very much for your knowledge, for your sharing your expertise here. I think we would like to reproduce these kind of sessions, trying to do it very, very, very often. Just to share the experience and share any knowledge that we can have. And we can share with other skippers, that we can make the competition much more exciting. So thank you very much, Bubil, for your time. And we are really happy to have you on board, and hope to, we decided to have the best wins, and continue enjoying with us, during the competition. Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Pablo.
Thank you.